Welcome back to Great Day Houston. Hope after Harvey. We're talking about the emotional toll that Harvey has taken on so many people, and it's going to be a long time before a lot of folks heal, but I think with every question that's been asked, communication is at the core of everything and being sensitive to those who've gone through a tough time. All right, this next one happened to so many people I know. Before the flood, the question was, we do have flood insurance, right, honey? We do have flood insurance. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Only to find out they did not have flood insurance. I have so many friends who are so mad at their spouses right now, they can't even look at them, right? So there's anger there, there's guilt on the other party, there's all kinds of issues that people are going through. How do you balance that out and repair some marriages that are, frankly, I gotta tell you, a couple of them are in trouble right now?
I really start by encouraging people to define who their enemy is. Their enemy was Harvey. The enemy was the water. Their enemy is not their partner. And so if we turn the frustration, the anger, all those feelings that we have toward our mate, toward our partner, then we find ourselves letting go of the resource we have to cope together. We're in a partnership. We both have responsibility as to whether or not we have insurance. The fact that we didn't means that now we got to work that much harder, but we can do it, and we look to the next storm and we make sure we're ready for the next storm.
And I think a lot of people put that insurance money can certainly help, but the thing is, you're still flooded, and so you look at it's still going to be having to move out someplace and having to find another place, whether you flooded or not, right? So it's like that act, as you talk about, that was the enemy, was Harvey.
Yeah, that's a great point. And again, this is an opportunity for forgiveness. So, I mean, it really is. And so, and again, it's a tough time for forgiveness, but again, they're going to have to extend that and come to a place where they can love each other, accept each other, forgive, and move on.
Yeah. Robert?
I really like Melinda's response about finding a common enemy and it's not your partner. You know, I think when you let something like this drive a wedge between you, you really do cut off means for additional, you know, for your primary source of support. And that's not good for people. Yeah. They need their partners in a time like this. And, you know, my thought is that this is an opportunity to transform a mistake into a learning and to look ahead. I mean, you know, you made a mistake, you didn't get the flood insurance, and yeah, you know, now you have to move forward.
And it's kind of like almost a natural human reaction, I think. You just kind of like deflect real quick. Another thing that sometimes we do is when we feel threatened or whatever, or feel guilty, is that we try to kind of justify how we have a reason to hurt more than you do, right? I have a situation with two friends of mine where the husband is the main breadwinner. They have stay-at-home wives, and you know, one of them said to the wife, "You don't have anything to worry about. It's all my problem because I have to take care of all of us." And so, you know, that's one of those things that sometimes is underestimated. Her thing is, I'm taking care of the family and keeping us together through all of this right now. So, but people try to justify as opposed to come together and say we're both sharing this burden and we'll both share the success of getting out of this.
Focus on our partnership. We both have struggles. We both have losses. We're in this together. It's not that one of us has to hurt more. We both hurt deeply. And we can do this together, but we have to really choose our enemy, and it's not each other.
Okay.
And I think throughout this whole process, Melinda said this well, we're going to have to learn even more how to extend mercy and to practice patience.
Because you can't change what happened.
You can't. Mercy and patience, mercy and patience. That's kind of the dance that we'll have to continue to walk through the several weeks and months ahead. So.
Yeah. Robert?
You know, I think it's well said. You know, this is about forgiveness and kindness and finding love with your partner. You know, this is not a time, you know, a lot of times people, what I would say that might be somewhat additive is I would put a moratorium on major decisions. So if you're thinking divorce him, I would put a moratorium of a good year on making a decision like that and give yourself the opportunity to actually work through and get to the other side of this. You know, in crisis is not it's not a time to make important decisions.
Yeah, and it's interesting because what we saw with the whole storm is people who were strangers who showed each other respect, showed each other mercy, showed each other all of those things and didn't even know the person. So hopefully we can do that for each other in our relationships. We'll be right back.